go, and they cheap there. Hey, Danny. I started vaping, bro. Like dryer vaping.
Dryer vaping.
Dude, it's a game changer, bro. I don't know why. Remember we tried it with the Mysterio fucking shit?
No,
No.
no, I don't.
Well, we tried it with that. The one we bought from like
What do you-
Craigslist or something, the vaporizer.
Oh,
Little tubes in the globe, the firmament.
but what? You got a volcano or something?
No, I got a handheld dryer vape.
Yeah, it just heats up the weed, right? And burn it.
Yeah, it bakes it lightly. So you
Yeah,
get
I remember I had the big ass, that big ass vape, bro.
Ass vape.
Handheld.
ass vape. What are we talking about, dude?
The big ass vape.
Yeah, I'm
It was
talking about
like-
dry herb vape, bro. What the fuck?
That's
oregano?
Exactly what I'm talking about. You're
Oh,
thinking
time out. Before we get started, Danny, can you tell Zach about when you smoked oregano?
dude. I forgot. All I know is that I came back.
Damn, it was that good?
Nah, dog. The weed he's been smoking been that bad.
Dreezy and someone else just packed my bowl with oregano, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
Oh,
I have heard
smoked
this story.
Let me tell a story. So,
So I don't even remember it so well.
Danny was
Who's
coming
ready for
over.
story time with Jerezy, baby?
Danny was coming over to smoke, and we were waiting for him. And we had already packed the bowl, so we are like, "Should we wait for him, or should we just smoke and queue up his turn?" And we're like, "Let's just smoke and just pack another one." So Danny was lagging as usual. So after like 10 minutes passed, we're like, "Dog, let's just pack oregano and burn a little bit of it and act like we're waiting."
Oh my god.
Danny, he didn't know until we told him. Danny was like, "Dude, I'm so baked."
Step inside the ring, feel the adrenaline rush. Cage of iron, will dreams turn to dust. We need the neon lights, we unleash the fury in this virtual cave. It's time to tell our story. The tower roars with anticipation, rise for our tens of all this underground fight. We're rebels of the ring, breaking all the rules, beating our hearts out like what fools. KVW, in the heart of the cave, we fight for love. KVW, where legends rise and dreams burn bright above.
We are live from the cave. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to KVW, the best virtual wrestling show on the internet right now. We got Danny Abra. Abra's live right now in the cave. What's going on, Abra?
Hey, yo, this ain't Abra, man. This is Mr. Chaponi, Mr. Big Baller right here, all right? So you better
Oh,
respect my before I come by and mess you up, bro. Best in the world right here.
Mr. Chavone, my bad. I thought it was Abra. And we got Field Burn. Zach. Is that
What up,
Zach?
dog?
That's Zach.
This
right?
is this is Zach, aka Cat.
What's up, everybody? KVW is back with another pay-per-view. First of all, Danny's been having back injuries, so he's been in the lab. I think he made a science experiment android creature, and now we have Siobhan, right? I think this is the prototype.
No. It's not Mr. Chavon. It's Mr. Chaponi. Kind of like Mr. Capone, but Chaponi.
Chaponi.
Yeah, right.
So
Chaponi.
isn't the-
Don't be a jabroni. That's Chaponi.
Is it a CHAPONI? O-N-E or I-E?
Shaponiey. Why? Why? Because I'm the
I
best
don't
in
know,
the
man.
world.
Obviously the he upped the confidence, but not the IQ too much. So we got to go back to the lab for that. But tonight
Hell yeah.
we got a special event for you. We have KVW War Games Predators versus Aliens. So what do we mean by that? We have Vince McMahon teaming up with Jeffrey Epstein, Diddy, and Drake representing Team Predators going against Latino Heat,
The
Rey
alien.
Mysterio, and the newly added Lucha Brothers. Zach, let's hear from you, man. What do you think about this matchup? You're muted, Zach. You're muted, Zach.
Nah,
think they're
see,
muting.
this is what happens when we have these guests on the show right here. This is what happens. They mute my mics. This is what this show is all about right here. I think when we were talking about coming up with this segment, we were doing.
Keep in mind, this is War Games too, so they're gonna be in a cell. So
Antarctica, or the
two of
southern
these wrestlers competing tonight have been on suicide watch, so it's best to keep an eye for them while they're going crazy in the cell. So just to keep going on, move on, we have multiple War Games matches since it's Survivor Series War Games. We got the Bloodline versus the Bloodline, highly acclaimed match. I think this is one we predicted from the beginning. We got Solo Sikoa, the Samoan werewolf. Do they have werewolves in Samoa? Is that even a fucking natural like
Look, he's right there.
animal?
Look at him.
All right, I don't know. And the fucking Tongan brothers. I don't even know their names, bro. Tonga Loa, Tamatonga. Are they brothers?
Yo, what is this? The fucking Civil War or what, dude?
Yeah,
It's a
bro.
preview of real life right here, dog.
It's the War Games. What's up, Proper? Chris Benoit better be special guest referee. Will hold your breath, Proper, because after this match, we got Chris Benoit versus Kevin Sullivan, baby.
The
In
battle
a
for
casket match. So, finally, let's settle it, bro. Fight to the death. Let's see what's up, bro. Kevin Sullivan just recently passed away, so I bet they're duking it out down there, boys. I bet they're duking it out down there. This actually might be a glimpse of hell. We might get a glimpse of a day in a life in hell right now.
Kevin Sullivan was all into the occult, bro, like in real life. So
Save it.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit, Danny. Thank you for teasing some of the commentary. And we have NWO versus DX War Games, and you saw we have the final boss taking on Seth Rollins for the title. So starting off hot with the Bloodline versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns. A lot to talk about in this matchup. Let's see who comes out first. If you're watching this live, by the way, and you want to join a community filled with crazy ass
what
people
the hell is
like
this? Looks like
you
Haley's place.
and me, make sure you guys check out the comments for the Discord link. If you're watching this later on, check out our website, k.com, k4v3.com. Click the Patreon link, and it should be the pinned post. So we got War Games official rules on the screen. If you don't know how the format is, boys, I think I talked about the last time we had a War Games match or the last time we talked about a War Games match. I would prefer if it started right when the two fighters, you know what I mean, got in there and were introduced. I thought it'd be cool if someone got eliminated and they were waiting for the next person, kind of like Elimination Chamber type shit, you know what I mean? Like a real Survivor Series. But
Jerizy,
yeah.
no one cares. Let's just go on with the show.
Hey, man, I like Shaponi. How you spell that shit again?
Shapoi. Wait, Poniey. Why? Because I'm
I
the
think
best.
the biggest curve for me is that it's spelled SH and not CH. You feel me? That was a curveball for me.
That got me too.
I ain't Italian,
Oh,
bro.
he meant SH.
I'm a true SA. essay.
Solo Sikoa.
You ain't
I'm
telling me
coming
you
up
like
with
that oregano,
daily.
dog.
Yeah, I think he fucking didn't go. He didn't go back after that day, bro. I think he'd been picking up oregano because it's cheaper and more efficient for him.
And it makes the food taste good.
It's technic. You're kind of eating too, right? Like it's like smoking and eating at
herb.
once. Two birds, one stoned. 2 herbs, 1 stoned.
Oh, boy.
Hey, so we got the original tribal chief versus the Timu tribal chief starting off war games. So I will say I was very critical about Solo Sikoa's run as tribal chief, but I'm kind of liking it now. I don't know if
Nah, it's whack.
no, I think Roman Reigns coming back added an element to him that is making it work now.
He needed the time off for sure. It was just too much. What's that word? He was just out there too much. So that little break that he had and him coming back, it just elevated him, and to the point where now he's having this feud with Solo, and now trying to take what is that called again? Trying to get that back.
Man, I should know. Falu?
Yes.
That thing, the red necklace, I guess you could call it.
What you call it?
Just shows.
Wait.
What?
You heard
Yeah, you gotta acknowledge, bro. You gotta acknowledge. Time out for that one.
Dog.
There you go. You have been reinvited
I like
back
Chaponi.
to the island of relevancy, Danny. The
I like the
Ulafalu,
Chaponi
bro,
guy.
which seems to be more valuable to Roman than the belt, right? It's funny. I've
did you
been
guys watch
seeing
that
on
video
Twitter.
on SmackDown?
I've been seeing on Twitter. Yeah, that was fucking cinematic. But before we get there, I've been seeing on Twitter. It's kind of comical how the two top feuds in WWE revolved around a bracelet and a necklace, with CM Punk and Drew McIntyre with a friendship bracelet and this Ulafalu necklace. So it's kind of funny.
a fucking feud over a fucking bracelet.
Hey, speaking of the feud, Danny, I'm kind of
It's real
over
to
CM
them,
Punk, bro.
Huh?
I'm kind of over
Oh,
CM Punk
shit.
in the WWE. I think CM Punk's run in AEW has lasted or has aged better than this disastrous.
Word has it.
WWE second run.
He never really liked Dub when he was there. Like even from day one, bro. Like dude was just there to make money. I mean, I can't blame him, for that. But at the same time, it's like I heard that on his first match, I think he was against my twin Daniel Garcia. Someone yelled from the crowd like, "Damn, you go from the big superstars like in WWE to this." Someone yelled from the crowd, and then he's just like, "Yeah, right." And yeah, Anyways, I don't want to keep talking about him and AEW. That's good, but all I can
This
say
new
is,
and improved Chaponi, man, it's crazy.
all I
Holding
can
back from
say-
the CM Punk slander, damn.
all I can say is that he didn't like it there. I guess he likes it where he's at. He likes fighting over fucking bracelets, friendship bracelets. I mean, can it get any more happier than that? If you know what I mean. I'm trying to say the word, but
He's been PR trained too. Wow.
Yeah,
wow.
dude.
I'm impressed. Chaponi 2.0.
The world, look at the crowd behind me.
You're right, though. Not to make this bloodline versus bloodline commentary about CM Punk, but I think he's going to be one of those, like, almost like Shawn Michaels, where you hate that he's a draw. And because he's a draw, you're almost forced to have to work with him, even though he's not a workable guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's one of those where people hated LeBron until he was on their team, and then he's like, "Oh my God, he's the best," you know.
Never, dude. I always LeBron.
Yeah, Zach always defends LeBron here. here in the cave.
You and LeBron, okay?
At first-
You and LeBron.
Not at
What
first,
does
though.
that mean? Is that sign language for happy?
That's from ET, bro.
Sword fighting, bro.
Aliens are fake and gay.
Oh, like the Cream Bengay.
Yeah, that's hot.
But yeah, that's that. That's all I gotta say with Punk. If I talk about him again, it's gotta be, what's happening right now. I don't want to go back and talk about him in AEW anymore because it just keeps him relevant like that. And right now, he's not so relevant. Yeah, he's a draw, but man.
So not to make this about CM Punk and just to give a little bit of credit for AEW, that rub that he gave Jack Perry, turning him into scapegoat though, is working, bro. It's working. As a hater,
Yeah.
as a Jack Perry hater, I like it.
You're a Jack Perry hater?
I'm a Jungle Boy lover and a Jack Perry hater. If you
You
catch
like
me.
Well
you like
documented.
him as face more than
Yeah.
heel. Gotcha. Yeah, that's why sometimes it makes you think if it's all kayfabe, then we really are falling for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see what happens. You guys,
Roman Reigns.
so
Sledgehammer.
tell me,
Beat the
keep
shit out
me up to date. What's really going on with right now since we're watching Bloodline? What's really going on with that story? I could update you guys with all the AEW, but update me with what's going on at the E.
All right. Well, they got Bad Blood next Saturday, and that's where the last match of Punk and McIntyre is going to happen. They're doing Hell in a Cell. In terms of Bloodline, Cody and Roman are teaming up to fight Solo and Jacob Fatu.
Cody,
Whack.
and Roman?
Whack. Yes.
Yes. Your American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Danny,
Nah, bro.
same.
You don't like that? You guys don't like that?
Nah, bro. You think Swerve's teaming up with Danielson right now?
Or
MJF?
Adam, what the fuck his name is? Cowboy dude.
Hangman?
Hangman?
Adam Page.
No disrespect
who
to
knows?
Page. He's one of the best.
In 6 months, they could be. Who knows?
But this is something that they used to do in the old like WWF era. You know, Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels had to be forced to tag team. You know, Stone Cold and Undertaker had to be forced to tag team. It adds element. You know, it's a piece to the story that they haven't touched yet. So if they feel like everything they touch turns to gold. By the way, that fucking cinematic segment last night was golden. Even though it involved even if it involved Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes. Yo, I'm a big Cody Rhodes hater, but come on. As much credit as we give the Bloodline for cinematic moments, Cody Rhodes getting beat up by The Rock, you know what I mean? You know that segment where they kind of kept going after the tapes were rolling?
Mm-hmm.
And this segment in the football field with Roman Reigns, like Cody Rhodes is doing some work right now for the modern era of wrestling.
So, Aubrey, just to catch you up, essentially that video was to hype their match, but they were in Atlanta. Bad Blood takes place in Atlanta, and so they were just going through their history, each person's history with that city, and just added more context.
The video. It was just a video package to catch up on what's going on.
It wasn't just a video package.
It was
Danny.
a video package. It was a pre-recorded segment, but it was very well produced.
Follow the story.
And they were at Georgia Tech where Roman played football, which is in Atlanta, and then Cody Rhodes is talking about his family's history, which is well documented in Atlanta. And so they were just talking about how my dick's bigger than yours in Atlanta. So
my takeaway from it is it was a preview of how quote unquote cutscenes and promos are gonna be like for the Netflix era. Literal like movie scenes, dog. Like, you know, in video games where you have a fucking great ass cutscene, it's literally like that.
that Samoan drop to the table was sick.
You're in the way. in life.
Yeah, in my life.
It was funny, man. It was funny. But going back to the Bloodline, I didn't like Bloodline 2.0, and it seems like they're just literally keeping the seat warm for when The Rock comes back, and I don't think he's going to come back until maybe a pay-per-view or two before Netflix,
War
you know,
Games?
just to kind of tease it. Yeah, possibly War Games. That's why we're doing War Games right now. But I do like the fact that, like, Bloodline 2.0 are kind of seen like almost like hyenas, you know? They're like too wild that they're almost unpredictable. Like, it's almost like the Purge when they come out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think adding the Tongans definitely helped with that, and then Fatu just took it over the top.
Not just the Tongans, but this new gimmick that the Tongans are doing where they're like almost clicking and acting really fucking native, you know? It's working, bro.
But yeah, it was a nice little subtle change that they did.
But it seems like this match is booked for War Games since Roman Reigns came back at the time that he did. But I will have to say, dude, going back and talking about wrestling on our shows and the K podcast, talking about our favorite matches before War Games, it used to be Hell in a Cell, Shawn Michaels and Undertaker when Kane came back, right? And possibly anything in the Ruthless Aggression era for me. But now it's that War Games with the Bloodline and I forgot who they fucking fought. Yeah, the one where Sammy was trying to prove himself to the Bloodline.
That
shit was
KO.
KO and the brothers, not the Bang Bros. What were their name? Right?
Sheamus and Cesaro. Was it that long ago?
It was Sheamus and the two tag team dudes.
Oh,
One had the
it
long
was
hair.
Butch and Ridge.
Smash Bros, right? They're the Smash Bros.
Night.
Yeah. But trying to recreate that, I don't know if they'll hit gold twice, you know? This is a very highly anticipated match. It's almost like one of those cases where everything's perfect, you just need to perform, and now that kind of puts pressure on the performance. You know what I'm saying?
I am starting to think that Cody's going to be part of the match, which I didn't think was gonna happen, and I have a feeling that it's going to be Roman, Cody, Sammy, and Jay, and they're going to be trying to convince Jimmy to come back or something along the lines. Like Jimmy's going to be involved somehow, but like that's going to be their fifth person.
Mm-hmm. Well, in other Bloodline news, Zilla Fatu, his contract right, his schedule just cleared. His contract just suddenly got terminated or expired somehow, or he got bought out.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right? I mean, I know we talked about how we felt like introducing Jacob Fatu was a little premature, but it seemed to be the catalyst that they needed to make it work. You know what I mean? And I'm loving these Jacob Fatu Roman Reigns teases. That's gonna be the match, bro. That could pay-per-view. That could main event its own pay-per-view, I think. But to inject Zilla Fatu, I don't know. I just feel like
adding Zilla is a big deal. I think. Just continues to showcase how big this fucking family is, and how. All right, I'm gonna make a bold prediction, bro.
I think
what you got
because of what happened this previous WrestleMania, where they obviously had a great pop with all these cameos coming out. I think they're going to try to recreate that in the Netflix era, but do it with the Bloodline, where a bunch of the old Samoan wrestlers come out and interfere between The Rock and Roman, you know?
During Mania?
Yeah. And then Yokozuna.
We're getting Rock Roman Mania? Yokozuna. Man, that's
like
funny.
A force ghost.
Yeah.
Gets chokeslammed by Undertaker. Prediction. You heard it here
Wait,
first.
crowd-
You heard it here first. Yo, I had Ghost from My Third Eye podcast on the show. He's a big wrestling fan. The Bloodline with a W. I didn't know. He told me that Paul Bearer was an actual Undertaker. That's where the Undertaker gimmick came from. Pretty interesting.
I had no idea about that.
Neither did I. Where, I mean, knowing that now, I feel like Undertaker is eternally like tied into what's his face, to Paul Bearer, because I feel like without that gimmick, he's, you know what I mean? Like, as much as I love the American Badass gimmick, I wasn't really too much of a fan of it.
That was the first Undertaker that I was introduced to, because when
Mhm.
I started watching, he was out, and so the first time I seen him was when he returned at Judgment Day with the motorcycle.
Oh shit! Okay.
Yeah.
That shit was dope though, because I feel like playing wrestling video games, those game-changing entrances, new attire or new, you know what I mean, taunts.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like those are what build the anticipation for the next game. So, you know, when you have Dead Man Undertaker and then all of a sudden Badass Undertaker comes out with a motorcycle, and you can't recreate that in the game that you have, so you're pretty much dependent on the new version to come out so you can have that. I felt like that's the only reason I really bought into that gimmick of Undertaker, because I wanted to power bomb people like he was, you know what I mean?
Last ride, baby.
Yep. And I heard that was actually a thing that they talk about with Vince McMahon and the team, the production team in WWE. They have to plan out their tattoos and everything, bro, because like it builds the storyline of the character too. If you know you get a certain tattoo, or let's say Batista got an ice cream cone on the back of his neck, you know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna wonder about that, and not only that, like people are gonna want the new wrestling figure or the new character in the game that has that tattoo too.
Oh yeah, because they
So,
want the most up to date stuff, right?
Yep. Oh shit, we got Shaponi. We got Kevin Sullivan coming out, man. What can you tell us about Kevin Sullivan? Because I heard that he was a devil worshiper in WCW, but was he a devil worshiper in real life?
Supposedly.
Hmm.
You know, that's why he had that faction. What was it called? It was in WCW.
Yeah.
Let me do a quick Google search.
Was he a good wrestler? Like, who is he comparable to?
He was. I mean, people. I think he was better off as a booker / and creative more
Booker
than
/ T.
I don't think, honestly, watching his matches, it was. I mean, it's like it's different than what I really like. You know, you guys know I like more of like the action packed. It was more just.
Is Dean Malenko better?
He was in his stables were called Army of Darkness, Dungeon of Doom, and other things like that. So yeah, he was all about that dark stuff.
So this is a crazy ass fucking match, bro, and some people's fantasy matches.
This match really did happen. From what
casket
happened
match.
From what happened in kayfabe, happened in real life. So the story first starts off that woman, aka Nancy, Benoit's wife. Well, she was married to Kevin Sullivan, and then they made the story that Nancy, started hooking up with Benoit, and then they made video packages that, dude, seemed realistic. Like they were out on dates, they were hanging out, and Benoit was just talking shit on to Sullivan in those video packages and pretty much showing off that, Nancy is his now. And then, long story short, kayfabe happened to be like it turned real because they ended up getting married down the road and having their kid, and then so supposedly that's why Sullivan, must have been pretty mad, and that's where the whole conspiracy falls. So if he possibly, did all that stuff,
Yeah.
Benoit's house because he pretty much took his lady away from him.
Yeah, he lived till 84. That's a pretty long life for a wrestler, right?
You
Yeah,
can
he
say
just passed, right? August.
Wrestlers,
yeah, he just died like a month
wrestlers
ago.
die fairly young.
Oh yeah.
From all those beats, like getting beat up, possibly steroid abuse, drug abuse, drinking, alcohol, all this stuff, and
Right.
yeah, like, and he was, and not gonna lie, like if you watch old stuff from Sullivan, he was short, but he was dope. Man. So I wouldn't doubt if he, shot up some steroids back in the day too.
Who wasn't on steroids and as a wrestler? I feel like that's almost like a, like a initiation ritual, right? Like taking the red pill. Like, hey, you got to shoot up, bro. Prove that you're about this life.
Except Hulk Hogan, because he told all the kids to say their prayers. and he wore that. I mean, you gotta believe
Hulk Hogan did not age well, bro. I mean, he did age well, but I'm just saying, like, he didn't age well. You feel me?
Yeah,
He's not aging well, dog.
He's aging well in other aspects, brother. Hey, tell me out, does Hulk Hogan have a brother? That would be fucking hilarious if he did.
He has to, right?
Probably does. I remember his nephew. What was his name? His nephew was in WCW. It was something Hogan too.
He has two brothers. Alan. Wait, why are there two different names? Alan Boulay and Kenneth Wheeler.
Were they in Three Ninjas too?
No, they were in Three Brothers. That was the worst. That was the worst of the Three Ninjas, by the way. The one with Hulk Hogan.
That was his nephew was Horace Hogan. He wrestled in WCW.
Horace?
No.
Horace. Not Horace. Okay, sorry.
Yeah, Horace.
But Horace.
Like from 101 Dalmatians.
Yes, I remember Horace. Those two guys were funny, dude. I loved it.
Are you guys able with Chris Benoit to separate, the off or out of the ring stuff from the inside the ring stuff, or do you find it difficult?
No.
That's a great talking point. That's kind of where I was leading to with this match and this conversation was like what he did is enough to get him in the Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a fan of Bret Hart, you can't not be a fan of Benoit, right? In ring for sure.
We are a comedy pod, right? So just want to make sure that we're.
Well, he is. Bret Hart was the excellence of execution. No, I'm just kidding.
But we mess with his family. We don't mess with my family.
Benoit is one of the greatest technical wrestlers in the history of the business, for sure.
Well, you know what, Zach? If you have that conversation, you got to have the Vince McMahon conversation too. You know
what's that now?
Keeping the outside drama with the inside accomplishments. You know, it'd be hard. It'd be hard to give Vince McMahon a Hall of Fame and not give like Chris Benoit and other people the Hall of Fame that, you know what I mean, had some stained like event happen to them from outside the ring. You know what I mean?
Snook is in the Hall of Fame, right?
What's up with him? What's the controversy behind him?
It's
So
over.
I think the thing with him is that he was I don't know the exact details to it, but more or less he was under fire for a potential murder. And I think the word on the street is that Vince like somehow was able to pay off someone or something. That's what I think the rumor and innuendo is. But apparently, Snuka was never like charged with anything. I don't think, and he never did any time for it. It was just one of those like I think it was like a Ray Lewis situation.
Like
Wow.
but
Indicted and arrested in September 2015 on third-degree murder and involuntary manslaughter charges
So that was at the end of
to
the.
the
I don't
May
remember that.
1983 death.
Yeah, 83.
That's crazy.
So they actually arrested him.
Of his girlfriend, that's who died. That's why I guess he was a close.
I didn't know it got that far. I didn't know they arrested him.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
And he's in the Hall of Fame.
I think for me it's easy to separate. I mean, yeah, and I'll say the reason why for me, especially with Benoit, because I still don't think he committed all that, honestly. So that's why for me it's easy to separate. The travesty that happened compared to his in-ring, and especially watching him growing up as a kid, seeing him go from the crippler, not crippler, but he was the crippler in WCW, and then going to the Rabid Wolverine in the WWE. Seeing that, dude, it was amazing. And then there he goes with his headbutt right now, right?
Oh, that was a grabbing elbow. Caught you off guard.
Yeah.
I love this article though. It says this is about the love triangle story in WCW. Sullivan was married to Nancy Benoit from 87 to 97 at the time of their storyline.
Yeah.
When Nancy and I had that angle with Chris, I was living in Florida Keys. She was living in Daytona Beach. We were separated, heading to a divorce. He continued, the only time I saw her was if we were on the same plane or the same building together. When Chris took that angle over, his wife was about to give birth and he had another baby. He had to tell Eric Bischoff, you got to tell my wife this is an angle. Sullivan, however, noted that despite his on-screen heated feud with Benoit, the two got along very well, apparently. And then he says, here's the thing that was funny. I wasn't with Nancy for almost a year before that full time, but she came up with the angle and Benoit's wife was pregnant. And I thought, something's going to happen. And if I had to do it again, would I do it? No, he said.
Bro, it must have been a front because probably behind the curtains and everything, motherfucker was doing some wizardry shit. Some fucking what's that?
Some black magic.
What's that motherfucker from back in the day?
Voodoo?
Starts with an A.
With an A. Abracadabra.
He was from England, remember? He was a crazy magician
Aleister
guy. Aleister Crowley, yeah.
Okay.
He's probably pulling some Aleister Crowley shit, dude.
Oh, Benoit.
And Benoit won, man. Glad he did win. I heard his son is trying to wrestle. That's hard.
Hey, he's made some appearances at AEW, bro, in the crowd.
Shout out AEW.
Yeah, because I don't think they'll let the Benoit name back in the E.
Isn't that funny? I feel like the McMahon name is welcome in AEW, but not in the E. And that was another thing I wanted.
It's happening.
Here comes the money.
You want to talk about it?
We were talking about that. I think the last show we were talking about that.
Yeah.
Before we talk about that, I did want to say that it's funny because WWE's turned into like a Disney brand where if you have some kind of controversy around you, we don't even want to mess with you. Almost like the Jonathan Major stuff, right? Which is so crazy because of how they've evolved. Like back in the Attitude Era, you think that they would like up your contract because of the controversy around you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
guy NWO versus DX. All right.
Hell yeah, War Games. It's gonna be a good one.
Got the Wolfpack Should be Wolfpack though, because that's when A-Dog was part of. He was part of
Red and black.
Was he
Wolfpack?
not? Was he not OG? N-Dub?
Nah, he wasn't. The OG was what's it called?
I mean,
like the three OGs: Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Hulk Hogan.
I heard that Conan gave them that idea.
I heard at first they were NOW, like now, but he was like, I think he accidentally, like, he was drunk one time and he misspelled it. And he's like, wait, I kind of see something in it. And then they just came up with NWO after
Because
that.
it was now. It was New Order of the World, but then they changed it
Yeah.
to NWO, where it's New World Order.
Yeah.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah. And I heard it came from one, WON, because he used to win a lot.
Oh, okay. World ordering something new? No, I don't know.
If you're tuning in to KVW just now, Conan is like our Chuck Norris. He's literally Chuck Norris. He's literally Chuck Norris of wrestling, bro.
We literally took one segment with Conan teaching Bret Hart the sharpshooter.
Conan gave Vince McMahon the idea to buy WWE off his dad. And the rest is
Wait, let me tell you a true story, actually. So when they came up with NWO, it was actually a Sunday night, and they were filming Monday Nitro, and they didn't have merch for NWO. They're like, damn, like, what do we do, man? It's such a good idea. We should roll it out right now, Monday Nitro. And so Conan told him, hey, just wear black. And he brought white spray paint, and he just spray painted NWO, and the rest was history.
Damn, bro.
That's why they never updated the logo, bro. It stood the test of time.
Dude, even to this day, any wrestling event you go to, whether it's an indie or it's a major PLE, someone's wearing a fucking NWO shirt, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm a big DX fan, and I have to say, I think NWO is bigger, weirdly enough.
I think it stood the test of time longer than DX.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Dude, that's a good question, and I don't know how to answer that.
Because, I mean, the suck it, even though, NWO kind of had to suck it, that shit was linked to DX. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I feel like more people were doing DX suck it than the Wolfgang or, you know what I mean, wearing NWO, but it might be confirmation bias. That's always baffling to me to realize that, to be honest.
It's an interesting question. It's a good question. I can't, but from what you can see, more people rep NWO than they do DX now.
Yeah, and if you like questions like that, make sure you guys join the Discord community filled with crazy ass people like you and me 24/7. We talk about wrestling, we talk about conspiracy theories, we talk about sports. We got the fantasy football league going on right now. And yeah, man, link should be in the comments if you're watching live. If not, check out k4v3.com.
Speaking of takeovers, though, hey man, there's the takeover happening in AEW, and John Moxley's been talking about it the whole time. This isn't.
I heard
more.
I heard that's how they're going to introduce the Money Man.
Yeah, possibly at Wrestle Battle, feeling at Wrestle Dream.
Great segue.
Over the next pay-per-view for AEW. That's in a few weeks. Yeah, it'll be huge. Hopefully, but this is actually a pretty good storyline with John Moxley. I like the fact that they turned their back on Danielson. Because if you think about it, Danielson was like, even though Blackpool Combat was kind of like a heel faction, it seemed like Danielson was more. He had more baby face. He was more of a face in that group, you know. And so, I the fact that they turned his back, dude, that was. Y'all watch All Out? Oh,
I saw the end of it.
I watch highlights.
I seen the videos, dog.
Oh, you saw the dude.
I'm not paying $60 for a fucking pay-per-view. Told you.
If
I'm
you don't
not
want to
paying
pay $60
$40 for a
for the
pay-per-view.
pay-per-view, if you don't want to pay $60 for the pay-per-view and want to join a Discord community filled with crazy ass people like you and me 24/7, make sure you guys check out the link to the Discord.
Hey guys,
We watch
look,
wrestling all the time in there. You feel me? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
but yeah, the way they turned their back is like, you know, they came out trying to protect Danielson from Christian Cage, and then all of a sudden they just
Hilarious, by the way.
And put a fucking plastic bag over it. Dude, that looked rough, man. Even that was a little hard for me to watch.
You ain't never done it to yourself before?
What? Shut up.
Like when you were a kid?
What? Oh yeah, but not at that point.
I mean, that shit, sucks,
Yeah.
but it's kind of fun.
But it, dude. And then I like what they're doing with Yuta. How he's like because they're trios champs, but he's like in between. He's like, I don't know. So I kind of like it. But anyways, the takeover. So it's interesting now that they have that faction going. They're going around just beating everybody up. Now Moxley's going to go up against Darby to take, winner gets to face gets an opportunity at the championship. And that's pretty much Moxley coming in and saying, fuck you, this is my company and I'm going to be the face of it. And if he's going to be the face of it, he's going to be going with Shane. Like I have a feeling we're going to see some good drama coming in soon.
Two things.
What's up?
One, over and under for when Shane McMahon gets injured. 2 months or 2 months over, 2 months under?
Over. He won't.
Over? Okay.
Yeah. That was a crazy fluke injury, dude.
He won't wrestle like that. He'll just be like a manager or...
No way is he not gonna get in the ring, dog.
Yeah, come on, bro. Did you see
how
hard he went in that one spot in WrestleMania? Like
he got injured in like 5
yeah, dude, he didn't need a jump. He could have just like laid down and had him hop over
the
him.
Life out of us. I was in that crowd, bro. Sucked the absolute life out of us. That was awful. Hey, when's the next Blood and Guts?
Blood and Guts? Oh,
yeah, like, Shane's gonna be in that shit.
Oh, for sure.
It'll be next year then. They only do that once a year.
That's another thing. AEW has been upping their hardcore wrestling, if you will. You know what I mean? I think hardcore.
Bro, that Swerve and Hangman match.
That shit was ridiculous.
They drinking blood and shit, stapling each other and pulling it off. Like
cinder block spots too.
And real cinder blocks. You notice that a break, dude?
No,
the second thing I was gonna say is we have NWO and DX fighting right now. As crazy of combinations of big name wrestlers we're getting in AEW, I feel like Blackpool Combat had a lot of potential of being one of the stables, you know what I mean, in wrestling. But I feel like they fumbled, man. Like even the turn on Bryan Danielson, I feel like they've turned on each other so many times that it's just like I'm numb to it. You know what I mean? It did hit with Bryan Danielson because it's Bryan Danielson. You know what I mean? It's almost like if Triple H turned on Shawn Michaels,
which he did.
But how often did he do it? You know, he kind of did it a little more often towards the end, but
yeah.
DX was already established. I felt
101, dude. I think this is one of the basic storylines that gets people going real easily.
Yeah,
I mean,
like it's gonna happen. You just don't know who.
Adam Cole to MJF, to Mariah May, Tony Storm. Now Blackpool with Danielson, and I'm sure there's been more others. You know. There's been plenty, but it's definitely one of those because when the story is properly shown when the story is properly made, you get invested into that relationship that they make. Like I gotta say, the one that really got me was Tony Storm and Mariah May. when I saw Mariah May, she won the Owen Hart tournament, and then they were all celebrating Tony Storm and Mariah. They're all, and then out of nowhere, Mariah May just fucking beats the crap out of Tony.
And
Storm.
she destroyed her too. That was legit,
dude. And the way Tony was just like, no, like I love you and all this, bro. Like,
can time out? Can Becky Lynch take notes on how Tony Storm was able to put not only herself over but put Mariah May over? Come on, man. You know what I mean? It's almost like she built Timeless Tony to build Mariah over. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And then that time too when after Mariah turned on Tony, and this was before the match, and dude, when she came out to Tony's music and dressed up all like vintage, I thought that was Tony out of nowhere. Just fucking Mariah. I was like, holy crap, dude.
Yeah. She was harvested well. They farmed her pretty well. But hold up, I'm not gonna talk about Maria May without talking about Mina Shirakawa, man. Oh my goodness. You see her do the Bryan Danielson dance? Dog. That's my wallpaper.
Yeah, bro. Daniel Garcia dance.
I do want to say, keep Daniel Garcia away from WWE.
Why?
Saw that rumor come across. I don't like that guy. I don't think he's good.
Daniel Garcia in NXT could
this
break
is my
the game, dog.
Right here. I like this Danny Garcia.
He's a prodigy, bro.
That's Japoni.
He's early mid-20s right now, bro. He's young.
I don't. Time, bro. It's not
in ring. He's good. I like this.
I think people forget like the fact that in the beginning Daniel Garcia was torn between being an entertainer and a pro wrestler. Okay, this is long-term storytelling right here, bro. It's only a matter of time till he turns and becomes, till we're talking about him in the likes of Bret Hart and Chris Benoit as far as a technical wrestler.
You're wilding,
okay?
Bro.
Good point,
took me out, bro.
That's a good point. I think, yeah, I like that. No, I'm a fan of DG, man. I'm a fan of DG. I mean, he shouldn't be like one of the top guys right now, but he's definitely has he has a future in wrestling.
You prep DG.
You
prep DG up enough, him and Will Ospreay will have a classic, dog.
Yeah,
those guys have potential.
I don't see it.
I think.
Hey,
I don't see it.
Speaking of Ospreay, though, what do you guys think of Ricochet now challenging Ospreay for the international championship?
Well, first of all, Sting's coming in bald, and I think this is highly likely that this motherfucker gets bored and is like, man, fuck it, I'm gonna go in.
He's doing bald, dude. Not even the buzz. He's straight up bald.
God dang.
That's actual Sting right now. He said, fuck it.
Do a little
shoot me up and give me my boots. Yeah, man. I think Ricochet fits in AEW, but I just think there's too many Ricochet-like wrestlers. You know what I mean?
Wrestlers?
In
yeah.
AEW. It's good that Ray Fenix and Penta went to WWE. That's gonna be good.
Ooh. That's not confirmed yet.
No, it's confirmed. It's done.
There's I'm gonna send you guys an article. They're still talking to AEW.
But no. The reason why I'm not hating on Lucha Bros going to WWE, by all means, like if they think it's the best thing for their careers, like go for it, dude. If they're gonna get paid, go for it, dude. I'll say the only downside, two downsides that I see with it is that name other luchadors other than Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio that have, they're huge names in WWE. Naming more luchadors other than those two that actually got a legit push and had titles. Maybe Chavo, but Chavo was like, and then dropped it. That's it.
I have to think, but I'm sure there's a few. But yeah, it's they almost. ever since Rey Mysterio came, that archetype's been filled as far as, you know what I mean, the luchador
Right.
to reward. You know what I mean? Anyone
Uh,
else after that was just like a Rey Mysterio lookalike, I think.
and that's yeah. And the second thing is too, their moveset's gonna have to be downgraded tremendously. So what hyped people up was, you know, they took big risks. Their moves, especially those ladder matches
They have a pace. They definitely have a pace.
but they're gonna have to tone down in WWE. And
Well, you know what? Someone
Like-
I was curious about how their style would transition back to WWE. That kind of is like what you're talking about is Andrade. He's doing okay. I mean, it's not necessarily AEW stuff, but there were some spotty, messy AEW stuff. You know what I mean?
is he actually like? I know he's speed champion, but is he really like turning heads? Is he really being a draw? Because I mean, in a way, Lucha Bros, you could say they were somewhat of a draw at AEW. If people knew that, like the Death Ladder match that they had at the Forum, remember that, Zach?
Oh yeah,
People went to that event to watch that match.
the main event, right?
It was the main event, and so
Was that the best of 7?
it was the best of 7. It was
With the
yeah,
Bucks?
correct. It was the
That was
last
game 7 or match 7.
Yeah, and so that's the issue I see. I don't think they're gonna be as big, or I don't think they're gonna get the push that they want. Maybe they might be tag team champions from the get go and try to rebuild that tag team division in WWE. You know, build it back up. But honestly,
It's stale right now.
I don't see them being that exciting, that much. You know, that I don't know. Just it's not that quite there. And honestly, too, the one thing I noticed in the AEW is that they have to work on their promos. They definitely have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think the gap of the promo skills is gonna take off when the Netflix era comes on, dude. Like if the Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes thing is anything like what we're gonna continuously regularly see as far as promo goes, it's over, bro. Just stick to lucha wrestling. Honestly, you know.
Yeah.
So, a couple things. Number one,
What's up?
I like the foreshadowing here with Solo coming out with Rock.
Bro,
Maybe a glimpse into the future.
bro, peak.
Real quick though, did you guys catch that SmackDown is going to be 3 hours
Yeah, I caught that.
once Raw
Yep.
goes to Netflix, and then Raw's going to stick at 3 hours on Netflix? So I think adding that extra hour directly will help the tag division, because I feel like if there's one aspect of Triple H's booking that's been kind of taking the back seat, it has been the tag division. But
Yeah, that's true.
when you sign dudes like Motor City Machine Guns and freaking Lucha, the fucking Lucha Brothers, like you have to find more time for them. So
You're
adding,
cooking.
I think that extra hour is going to be legit for them. And some of the teams are going to be able to work with. Like I was already thinking. First thing I thought of DIY versus Lucha Bros. That's going to feed families, bro. Like I'm looking forward to shit like that. Obviously, we can loop them in with. We can lump them in with LWO and Ray and all that shit too, but like Street Profits, hey, Axiom and Frazier down in NXT.
Good.
There's some
And
tag
bro,
teams, man.
time out. When the Usos come back, against the Lucha Brothers, bro,
New Day,
it's gonna be a super kick party. I'm telling you. But no, you're right, Zach, because they've gone away with almost pinning the tag team title dramas with the Bloodline, and externally, anyone affiliated with the Bloodline. So they've also gone away with it by pinning it on the Judgment Day. It's always been kind of.
I'm also not gonna lie. It's super sad that the last tag team title match on a pay-per-view was WrestleMania. And that's stupid.
Damn.
You think
It
about
was a shitty match.
That was that ladder match.
It was weak too, bro.
Yeah.
It was a good moment for R-Truth and Miz, but like that can't happen. You gotta have a tag
So wait,
match on every pay per view.
who's the
Men's tag
champ
match.
right now? Is it Fatu and one of the
Yeah,
Tongas?
for SmackDown it's Bloodline, and for Raw it's Balor and JD.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's interesting, but
Interesting.
I don't know.
Hopefully this forces their
I wish
hand to like
they're the
have more
best.
tag
I
matches.
wish the Lucha Bros the best, but I have doubts that they're not good. It's not the situation like everybody wants.
I also do think the
I hope
fact that
I'm
they're
wrong.
committing to
I hope I'm wrong.
the fact that they're committing to 3-hour long episodes now tells me kind of that it's gonna be implemented. They're gonna implement a lot more promos and these cinema-esque cutscenes.
That's
You know what I
true.
mean? To fill in the
Yeah.
3 hours. Which in turn is gonna build more content to like, oh, Rey Mysterio's show, you know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? Liv and Dom's reality show for like one season type shit. You know what I mean? It's
Just eating
it's
chicken
kind of what
tendies all
they're
day.
going to. You know what I mean? It's what it's kind of cooking. If you smell what they're cooking. Speaking of smell what they're cooking, Seth Rollins is always being compared to Shawn Michaels. As a big Shawn Michaels fan and not that big of a Seth Rollins fan, I cringe at that. What do you guys think about that? You think that's accurate?
Nah, they're their own. They're their own characters. They're both
I think so too, man.
their own ways.
The older I get, the more I start to see, because I've seen another comparison too, or I've heard another comparison. But the older I get, the more I start to buy into he's more like Macho Man than Shawn Michaels.
Huh.
Right? When you think about it,
Yo, that's actually fucking really good.
that's a good one, right? I heard that. I think it might have been
Really
Corey
good.
Graves on like a pod or something. But like now when he's coming out with the flamboyant shit and like the new attire and like how he's carrying himself,
Yeah.
I was like, I could see it. Because at first I was like, no way, like he's not a big dude like Macho was.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
If you think about it too, the oh, it's like oh.
At least he's not coming up with fucking graduation ceremony music, bro.
It's just a mix-up of that hum.
Vitamin C?
Dude, I can't believe like Macho was like the tough motherfucker, like came out, kicked everyone's ass, but when he came out to that graduation music, bro, like,
How do you just like line up like 3 lines of cocaine and come out to the graduation song? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck?
The way it starts too, the way it goes.
oh, let's go, play my song.
I never graduated high school, man.
This
This is my time.
Oh, Elizabeth, hit my music.
Which is funny. I bring up the Shawn Michaels comparison because Shawn Michaels and The Rock never wrestled. So interesting that when you saw these two going at it during the WrestleMania promo, it seemed like The Rock was really selling the fact that he was annoyed of Seth Rollins, man. You know what I mean? Like, it sold to me that he was annoyed of him to the point where he didn't even want to work with him type shit, you know? Like, you're just here guilty by association because you're tied into Cody Rhodes type shit.
Yeah.
I'm still pretty shocked that Rock and HBK never tasseled.
Yeah.
They both,
you know what? Looking up YouTube videos of them, they did have times where Shawn Michaels delivered the sweet chin music to The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see this interesting comparison that they both have the kip up gimmick, you know, to get the crowd going.
Yeah, The Rock was later with it. I think after Shawn retired, when he lost his smile, right before he came back with the whole Triple H thing.
Yeah,
I think The Rock started using it then.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys saw the whole Young Rock thing, right? With where he was talking about a wrestler that didn't give him respect and went behind his back to like bring him down, and Rock never mentioned his name. It's the only wrestler that he never mentioned,
Mhm.
and it's heavily rumored that it's Shawn Michaels that he's referring to in his show. Dan, when you get a
Yes.
chance, you should look it up. It's pretty fascinating.
Yeah, man. It actually it lined up because I did research into that,
Makes sense.
and it's crazy how much it lined up. It lined up with what I had heard and looked up. So I was really excited to see that scene. It's kind of funny. And you can't like as Shawn Michaels, obviously we had that conversation, Zach, that 97, 98 Shawn Michaels was like Slim Shady, and Eminem is like, you know what I mean, born again Shawn Michaels. It's hard to blame the drugs and stuff, but at the same time, it's like we were young, you know what I mean? Just thank me that I was able to push you to become who you are, because not only did you get the kip up from him, I would say too the charge up of the finisher with the people's elbow to compare to like the Sweet Chin Music, you know what I mean? Tuning up the band. That's also comparable, I think.
A little bit, yeah. With the rock bottom too, I think to an extent. When he breaks it down and gets on his knees a little bit, like yeah, I mean that whole charging up thing definitely feels like it came from Shawn.
Oh, Solo distracted, caused the curb stomp. Oh, fucking Rollins. Wow. Not only did he beat Roman Reigns in the Elimination Chamber to win the title,
but
he beat the final boss one-on-one.
He is really good.
Man, you love to hate him. You love to hate him, man. Still not a Seth Rollins fan.
Though.
I would say the most like Shawn Michaels right now is Dolph Ziggler, I have to say. Or Nick Nemeth.
Nick Nemeth,
and I think he knows that, and I think he kind of like tries to emulate
100%.
Shawn Michaels. And
100% he feeds into it.
When I saw that, when I went to that event for Lucha Bros, when it was Lucha Bros versus Nemeth Brothers, you could totally see how Nick Nemeth, like, it's like Shawn Michaels 2.0, bro.
See, that's the thing. Like Seth Rollins isn't selling like Shawn Michaels is. You know what I mean? Like you can dress like them all you want, but there's certain elements that make the wrestler, I feel like, in their archetype. Like Predators versus Aliens right now.
Right.
War games.
It's like you can say how MJF is in the ring, and you could totally compare that to Ric Flair back. That total
that's a good one.
Cowardly, yet trickster kind of a heel. He's like, no, stop, and then he pokes him in the eyes. Or and yeah, so that's a good comparison in my opinion, right there too. Kind of how you were saying.
It's funny. I actually just saw an interview it's an old interview of Eddie Guerrero giving his flowers to Shawn Michaels and saying how much Shawn Michaels inspired him. And Eddie Guerrero is also an archetype. You know, you mentioned Ric Flair, and I was going to say Eddie Guerrero is kind of a branch off that, but I feel like Eddie Guerrero has made his own as well. You know what I mean?
And no, they'll try to be like him, but no one will be like him.
That's one. Eddie Guerrero. You talked about Hispanic wrestlers that got a push. Rey Mysterio was a luchador archetype, but I feel like Eddie Guerrero was oozing swag. You know what I mean? That they had to. Dog, Brock Lesnar put him over. That's huge, dog.
That was my
next big
thing. Name another luchador other than Eddie and Ray. Those are the two.
Yeah. Eddie was definitely the exception, but you know what? Eddie had to eat shit. He played into a lot of Hispanic stereotypes and racist fucking undertones to get to where he's at. You know.
But it was amazing when he come out. Latino, he'd be all fucking rolling in that lowrider. That shit was sick.
Bro, those vignettes him and Chavo did, the light sheet and steel, it's so sick.
Oh man,
dude, that's what creates good entertainment. Sometimes that controversy like that, You know, like nowadays, yeah, you
Yeah.
people think like, oh, stereotype and all this shit, but dude, it was sick. It was sick. Hey, like Chuck Norris, bro, K Dog, coming out like all cholo and talking in Spanish, like, bro, that's a stereotype, but fucking, it did really, really well, bro.
Man,
What's
even when they
one?
did blackface, when DX
When
did blackface with Mark Henry.
oh, with all of them with the Nation.
Hey, 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 Rock.
They were making
Oh,
fun
it's
of
called.
nation.
The
or
Croc
what?
just got out of the bathroom, and you could smell what he was cooking.
God, we
That
had
shit's so funny.
what's his face? Again, I remember I forget how I was talking this about, but I love watching Royal Rumble with someone who's new to watching wrestling. Then I can just kind of explain who these characters are, and then the universe builds
Yeah.
itself, and then I can tell the drama later. But it's funny when you have people like Undertaker coming in, where it's like, oh, that guy's a dead guy, and then Shawn Michaels comes in and goes, oh, that guy's like a flamboyant badass
Yeah.
cowboy dude, and then Goldust comes in, oh, that guy's a transsexual like clown, and then Godfather comes in, oh, that guy's a pimp. And then Val Venus comes in. That guy's a
porn
porn
star. The completely freaking white
and then,
right.
and then D'Lo Brown
now.
comes in, and he's just black.
You ever notice how Venus was spelled? It wasn't VENUS, it was VEN.
Was that intentional?
Yeah,
Dan?
and
I don't
the
think it
V
was.
was
Dude.
pointing.
How could
The
that?
V was pointing down. You know.
Were you guys watching when Jimmy Wang Yang was around?
Nah.
You guys remember that?
Yuri.
He was this little Asian wrestler who was like a redneck. So it's just it added on to those like the snatching the stereotypes that you guys are talking about.
Nah. A stereotype was Tajiri. I saw a meme. It's like imagine
Jimmy
being
Wang.
at a gender
This guy's a
reveal
clown.
party, Tajiri spraying at your girl's face, the color.
Oh Jesus, that would be fun.
Yeah,
Tajiri
Tajiri played into the stereotype too. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But yo,
There
let's
was
watch the match right now. Let's not go far. We have
No,
Do-Rag
let's do
Vince.
one more,
You know?
let's do one more. Those two, I forgot their names. The two Japanese guys. They wore blue shirts, but when they would do their little announcements, like they would speak in Japanese, but then it's like they would take forever. Like, let's go or something.
It had subtitles.
No, it would be like the arena would like dub over them. It's so funny.
Right.
Yo, that would be so funny if like during matches they had like screen effects like an anime if they were running and shit.
Hey, anime, that goes to Sammy Guevara. Oh, he doesn't have it anymore. But remember he had the little Dragon Ball anime?
Oh yeah.
That was pretty dope.
That was pretty fresh as a fan. We got Jeffrey Epstein coming in to help out his buddy, Vince McMahon. Yo, kind of sus to me that, you know, all of a sudden there's a Netflix documentary coming out about Vince McMahon and he's talking in it. You know what I'm saying?
Who's talking in it? Vince?
Vince McMahon. Like, they got interviews of him for the documentary, it seems like. Like, they were working on it the whole time.
They were working on it before I think all this stuff happened.
Damn.
Or not before it happened, but before everything came out.
Wow. Epstein with a
allegedly
fucking slingshot dropkick to the back of Eddie Guerrero.
Is this his second appearance on KVW?
Yeah, this is Jeffrey Epstein's second appearance in KVW. The first time you saw him was during the fantasy football draft order.
That's right, the
Royal Rumble
draft.
So.
Is he
Sledgehammer to the tailbone. And he needs help. Who's coming to help? Rey Mysterio.
Hey, Mr.
Hey, Mustache. Rey Mysterio, but in Brazil, you can call him Hey Mustache.
if he did MMA, that's how.
Hey, mustache.
Oh, good times, man. Fucking
Oh wow.
played 2K19 for hours, bro.
Yeah, I think 2K19 was peak. Honestly, it had the least amount of bugs, and I like the promo option too. You know,
Yeah,
doing universe mode.
built.
It's funny because you have to interact with the promo
real quick.
screen in order to win the promo.
You were timed on it, and you couldn't just be like, "Oh," like you have to go. Okay, let's go here. And it
Yeah.
shows it whether your promo sucked or it was good.
So I just heard from the back that the loser of this match has to turn themselves into the authorities. So some
They either get registered.
dire implications to this match has just got added, guys. KVW, best virtual wrestling on the internet right now. Oh, and here comes Diddy, bro. How did the same security guard that watched Epstein when he hung himself, apparently, how did he get assigned to be the person to watch Diddy? I heard that they assigned the same guard to him.
Well, I guess we know who's gonna apparently hang themselves next.
Hang out. They gonna hang out.
Right.
You guys remember that show, Hanging with Mr. Cooper? It just popped in my head right now.
No.
Cooper.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that.
I don't even know that.
That show. You know what is funny though? Did you guys see that video of Diddy's basketball court? It's like a full-on basketball court, but in the baseline,
with the beds on it.
He had king-size beds on it.
Yeah, he had some beds on there.
Which brings back a conversation we had on one of the episodes in the K podcast with Jamie Foxx. Isn't that what he talked about before he was hospitalized? Naked basketball games? No, wasn't he talking about naked basketball games?
I don't remember that.
Basketball games
with Diddy? Yeah, man.
He wanted pressure. He wanted you to post up, didn't he?
Hey, check up.
Dog, 1,000 bottles.
Hey, yo, go. I'm gonna go back.
Yo,
crazy.
Politics made me learn that everything was fake. Diddy made me learn that everything was gay. So it really is all fake and gay.
Can't wait till in a couple months we'll have a great PLE here on KVW.
Are you talking about the intergender match?
Yeah, capital punishment.
Oh man, yeah, that's gonna be a good one, man.
It's gonna happen in November.
Shout out to the creator of the Diddy character right here with the robe. That was a nice touch.
Oh yeah, he will be comfortable in jail. I'll tell you that.
Hi.
All his lyrics are coming up sus now, huh?
All of them, man. So I heard that the music video for Big Papa with Notorious B.I.G. Watch that music video again. There's a scene where this chick goes into the bathroom and pees in the stall standing up. And that chick is the main love interest in the music video.
Dude, I remember you I wouldn't say way back, but years ago, like when we started hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about rap. And then you're like, dude, everyone in there is gay. Bro. And now with all this shit coming out, dude.
Yeah, man, I think I was like 40% serious when I said that back then, but I think now I'm like 90% serious, you know?
I don't know. You seem pretty. You were pretty well sold on it before. Seemed like.
To me, it seemed like the people up top, like the big names, had to have dabbled in some gayness in order to get to where they're at. So I kind of at the time was listening to a lot of independent underground rappers. You know what I mean? So to me, I felt like that those rappers were still hood or still quote unquote real, and you know what I mean, hustling and really doing it. But when you find out that like those people can't even get to the next level without having to suck dick, you know what I mean? Then it's like, damn, they all gay. And the whole
Very
culture
eloquent way
is
of putting
based
it.
on that. Like, I think that's what I heard, that the no snitching in rap, you know what I mean? And the whole environment, that's where it came from. Like,
And you also
don't
mentioned
tell on me, dog.
about they talk about their parts so much in music too.
Yeah, and that's why they overcompensate with like, I need 20 bitches, all bad bitches, you know?
It's like they're covering up their it's like they're just covering it up. They're
Yeah,
insecure.
man.
They go.
It's really crazy. It's all in the face. And Jeffrey Epstein just spat something at
All right.
Temple's face.
All right.
Did you see
Let's go.
that?
Let's do a list. Let's go through a list of rappers, and you tell me if they're fake or gay, or they're gay or not.
All right.
Let's start off with Nas.
Yeah, that's a good one, dude. I'm gonna rapid fire yes or no. I think he had to do some stuff, but no, he's not. So are we talking about like you had to do some stuff, or did you enjoy it?
Two different things there, huh?
That's a whole list to this rapid fire now.
It's one thing to have it done to you, but it's another thing
Yes.
to like it.
So I'll rapidly answer with that.
I'm
I
gonna
think
go
he did
no.
some stuff. I don't think he enjoyed it. And I think because of the stuff he's done, the platform that he was able to accumulate from the shit that he had to do is enough for him to just keep doing his thing without having to suck dick.
I don't think he did, because he had a whole album without any features on it. So like, no one.
And
really,
he was beefing
No one-
directly with Jay-Z,
With
which
Jay,
was the
right?
guy that
Yeah.
they were pushing.
Okay.
Good point.
Yeah,
Good point.
I said
50.
no for Nas, not for Nasty Nas. I just watched the Big Papa video. I saw it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, the aliens! Look at that.
Big Papa. Team Aliens gets
50?
to stay.
50,
Hell yeah.
50 no, because I think him getting shot 9 times sufficed the quota.
What was that? Triple H is coming out with 4 green cards for Team Rey Mysterio. So let's give it up for Team Aliens, guys. All right.
You just
Opportunities.
come out right now and
Dream.
give them the green cards.
Hell
make,
yeah.
make America great again, guys.
Anything is possible, guys. Anything is possible. Well, shit. Let's keep going with that. You said one rapper. Let's at least
Yeah,
name
50
5
Cent.
rappers before we go. 50 Cent?
50. I said no because he got shot 9 times. That was part of his deal.
Did he get shot, or is that a metaphor for?
Yikes! Yikes! Yikes!
Fuck,
Many
nice.
men, dog. Many
Man.
men.
What,
Wish death? You think it's wish death, or they want to just fuck
what
them?
kind of shots you talking about, dog?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Eminem.
A throwaway is Eminem, but I think that was confirmed in a very Hegelian dialect way in the interview, right?
I don't know.
What
The
interview?
interview with James Franco,
I haven't seen it.
the movie. He says he's gay in the
I don't
movie.
think so.
Oh, he says Eminem's gay in that movie?
Eminem says he's gay. He comes out in that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh,
Yeah.
Fuck dudes. That's what he says.
Yeah.
Ice
Pac?
Cube. Like NWA. So, Snoop.
I saw that NWA movie, bro. And yeah, I think they all got.
All of them?
I think. Well, I don't know. Ice Cube doesn't seem like the type to. I'm gonna give Ice Cube the benefit of that just because he's a
Get
West
his
Coast
head in the
rapper.
game. He's like, fuck it. All right, go.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. There's something about the way he. You know, the only 2 rappers I'll give the benefit of the doubt is DMX and Ice Cube. That's the only 2.
Well,
I think DMX is more likely to suck dick for crack than suck dick for a platform. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
as long as he had that album, bro, that's all that matters. Lord Jesus.
don't give me that.
For the devil, he's out to get me.
Well, shit. KVW
It's gonna give it to
Survivor
you.
Series. War Games, Predators versus Aliens signing off. We got Danny over here. Thanks for coming on. We got Feel the Burn Zach over there. Yeah, man, it was a blast. Follow us at the cave, k4v3.com.
Awkward
Follow us
stretch.
on all social media platforms at the cave. That's K4v3. And don't do it, dog. It's just not worth it.
What did?
I actually heard that Conan invented stretching. Did you guys hear that?
No, don't you ever.
Hey, it may not look like
No,
it,
don't you
but
ever.
it may not look like it, but I am Conan. I made everything happen.
Conan with a Q, right?